Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Tatunik, for the invitation and the board of the college. It is a great honor to be here, and I first want to give my congratulations to the group of new fellows. And we'll talk about my path in a couple of minutes. But how many of you are familiar with the group Talking Heads from way back when? Anybody in the group? Okay, and one of the most famous lines of their songs, the song was Once in a Lifetime, is, well, how did I get here? And so that's something we're going to spend the next few minutes talking about. And I'm afraid I'm going to put a couple of people on the spot. I'm going to start out with my shills in the audience. But what we're going to do is just talk about what the college has meant to us, and hopefully is beginning to what it means to you. Everybody who was at the fellowship orientation program yesterday heard many things about the college. In turn, talked about service and what does that mean. And of course, everybody's in this room because of the service you have provided to others, both as dental professionals in your office, but also in other ways in your community. But I'm going to start out by calling on my friend, Dr. Dan Freed. And I'm going to come down. I always wanted to be Phil Donahue, but yeah, we're good. Anyway, so I want to talk. This is Dr. Dan Freed, who has been a member of the college for many, many years, is going to talk a little bit about his journey.
Thanks, Frank. So I've been a fellow for many years. I'm just finishing up my year as immediate past president of the USA section. It's been a great ride. I think the highest point in my whole life was becoming the president of our organization. A couple days ago, I just got elected to the foundation of the USA section, so I'm not going away. I'm still going to be around. I remember when I came to my convocation about 20 years ago, as I walked in with my regent beside me, he told me, he said, "You're going to do something great for the college someday." I had no idea that I would rise to an office or become a leader of any kind. I was just honored to be asked to be a fellow. And I'm a fellow in all three colleges. I think this is the greatest group in the world. 12 years ago, I started a program called Operation Stand Down. It's a program for veterans who don't have the ability to pay for care, or they can't hold a job to get insurance or any way to get dental care. So this is a program where we screen veterans and then we treat them within our own area. We started out with 88 patients in 2012. To date, I can document across the country, college has endorsed my program, our program. We've seen over 5,000 patients, and that turns out to be about $12.5 million worth of work. I am very honored to serve. Anything else? Is that good? Thanks, Frank.
So the thing is, as Dr. Freed mentioned, he had no idea where he was going when he became a fellow. Just like many of you in the audience right now, you say, is this the beginning, or is this the end, or is this the beginning? And for many of you, the real question is not how did I get here, but where do I go from here? And I think we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I want to call on another friend of mine, Dr. John Osborne, who's going to also, another fellow, who's going to talk a little bit about his journey.
You said no more than 30 minutes?
Yeah, 45.
Okay, good. So I was 5 years old when my dad graduated from dental school. Growing up, I thought everybody had the same lifestyle that I did, the same advantages. And how's that? Okay, sorry. And so 4 years at Meharry not only taught me compassion, but it showed me that there were people that didn't have the same advantages I had. Dr. Tyus, where are you? Dr. Tyus, my operative instructor at Meharry, also my son's operative instructor. Thank you. So I started volunteering with Remote Area Medical in its first year of existence. And by the time somebody invited me to become a fellow at the International College of Dentists, I thought, well, you know, that's really nice. That's a great honor. I didn't realize that these were my people. So if you do volunteer work, if you do humanitarian aid projects, that sort of thing, look around, meet the people with you. These are your people. You belong here. And if you haven't done a lot of humanitarian projects, ask people with you and get busy.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to put a couple of people on the spot, and you're going to be the first one? Yes. First of all, introduce yourself, tell us how you got here, and then talk about just your reflection on the last 2 days and things you might be thinking about going forward.
Sure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Sandeep Ladani. I'm from Pennsylvania. I have a bunch of here, Pennsylvanian, and that's my region. The way I got here is I graduated 2016, and then I started private practice in 2019. The area where I practice, it's a little underserved area. So I decided to join Dental Lifeline Network, and we treat patients through Dental Lifeline Network, no charge, and it's a life-changing for me. And moving forward, I feel like yesterday there was a good presentation about the mission work they do here, and that was also eye-opening, that people all over the world need that type of work. So planning on moving forward with the ICD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One of the things I think we need to remember is that we have portable skills. Yes, we need some equipment, but we can take our skills anywhere, and with dental caries being the most prevalent infectious disease worldwide, there's always a need, whether it's here in the United States and lots of places for that, but also whichever part of the world you're from, whichever part of the world you're interested in working at, there are multiple opportunities. And if I could now call on you. Oh, yes. And first of all, give these guys a round of applause, because they have no idea this is coming.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Catherine Pollack, and I'm a pediatric dentist. I'm really honored to be here today, and I represent District 2 from New York. So I'm here today because when I was in college, I started a nonprofit called Planet Smiles, which is dedicated towards increasing oral health education for children. And as I went to dental school, I started a summer camp for kids to engage them in the profession. And then I started working with the Maryland Department of Health to create one-day dental symposiums. And so we're in an expansion phase for our nonprofit right now, and we really want to serve more of the world. And I can see that working with ICD would be one way to do that. And I'm really honored to be here today, simply because everyone has the same passion and heart that I feel like I do. And so it's really, truly a blessing.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So you look around the room, and everybody, one way or another, is of similar minds. And I firmly believe in the unseen hand, and however the unseen hand takes you is what you need to listen to and feel that unseen hand. But using the college as leverage for your activities. Dr. Roadcap, where might he be hiding? Dr. Roadcap's over here. He is the editor of The Key, which is our annual newsletter for the college. He is always looking for copy, always. He begs sometimes for copy. So for those of you who want to, say, put your lantern on top of the bushel basket, there's your bushel basket right there. So certainly look at Dr. Roadcap and The Key as one of the possibilities. Certainly, whatever regency you belong to is certainly a way to do that. And so, James, we're going to go back to the podium, please. Shut this one off. Thank you. So I just want to finish up by saying a few things. I retired from clinical dentistry. I'm a periodontist by training. I was in dental education for 35 years. I spent the last 9 years of my career working in an FQHC in Eastern North Carolina, and then retired last September. And as many of you who are retired do, we tend to wind down from many of your clinical activities, or many of your professional activities. I will tell you, the college is the one organization that I will never step away from. I love the International College of Dentists. And the reasons I love this is because of the opportunities that it gave me. Not necessarily in a leadership capacity, but I did serve on the foundation for a little while. But, and Dr. Tatunik mentioned this, I have gone around the country for the past, I guess, dozen years or so, lecturing on international volunteer projects representing the ICD and some other organizations. But Ira invited me to the Greater New York Dental Meeting as part of the ICD. I walked into that meeting the first time, and I grew up in New York. My dad was a dentist and a fellow of the International College of Dentists. So I walk into the meeting, and this gentleman walks up to me and goes, grabs my hand, starts pumping, he goes, Frank, I'm so glad to have finally met you. And I had no idea who this guy was. He goes, I am a dentist today because of your father. He could have knocked me over. And a gentleman's name, Dr. Robert Seminara, some of you may know he's from Staten Island, active in the ICD up in the New York area. But the thing is, my dad was probably 20 years older than Bob. My dad was great at taking people under his wing and helping to mentor them and helping to nurture them. And that's really, just look around here. Everyone is here because we've had good mentors in our lives. And part of our job, you know, we talked yesterday when I was giving my presentation, you can't pay it back. You can pay back a little bit. But what you do is you pay it forward. And so there are many young professionals, many young dentists all over the country who are hungry for good mentorship. And that is one of the things, certainly, that we can do. And so I just want to finish up by just remembering this. Number one, how did I get here? I got here because I came up on tall shoulders. One of the great things of my life, and Ira mentioned the ADA, my mom was able to come to that ADA Humanitarian Awards presentation. That was the way I paid my parents back, by that. I couldn't pay them back in other ways, but we pay it forward. We are all in positions where we can pay it forward. Everybody in this room has paid it forward, but as Luke would say, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so with that, I want to congratulate the class of 2024, both those who are here and those who came into the college virtually. And again, thank you very much for the opportunity to address you folks this afternoon. Thank you very much.